morning is the 25th of July, 2025. Well, down at my festival. Look at this, I'm in the woodland stage. And then just through them gates is the festival site of Saint, which is very quiet because everybody's in bed bar me and a couple of food vendors. Today we're going to talk about my own MP actually, Sarah Champion. She's the Labour MP for Rotherham and has been since 2012. I'm holding this with my hand so you might check of it. Before that though, solidarity to the Birmingham bin workers. There's a mass picket down there today, 5 different sites I think, so let them know you've been, as they say. Solidarity to the resident doctors who have started a strike today and 7 AM this morning. That finishes at 7 AM on Wednesday morning. Let's hope they get what they're worth. They can have what they want from each doctors and bin men, of course. Why not? Good news, Jeremy Corbyn and Zora Sultana. They've started the process of forming a new political party. This is how Jeremy announced it yesterday.
Today, we announced the broad framework. A lot of support's coming in, and I'm doing a lot of meetings and events all around the country over the next week or so, and then through August and September, a lot more.
News, get ready for the smears. Jeremy Corbyn and Zora Sultana are probably two of the most principled politicians in the Houses of Parliament out of 650, but they'll be after him. They don't want Jeremy making a comeback. They might have to pay some fucking tax. Getting on to Sarah Champion, she was on Channel 4 other night, interviewed by Krishna Guru Murthy, and I thought, how refreshing is it for an MP who had a bit of compassion and honesty about a response, and she spoke well, she did. Anyway, if you've not seen it, here's the clip. It's a bit of a long one, but worth listening to.
Should Britain recognise the state of Palestine? What difference would that make?
Symbolism is actually quite important. So we had the Foreign Secretary in front of our committee last week, and he said to us that he thought it was just symbolism. So what was the point? Actually, what the point is if we genuinely believe in a two-state solution, and if we genuinely believe that there is a way to get there, it cannot be negotiated by the occupied with the occupier. And that's the situation and has been since 1967. So for us saying, yes, we do recognise Palestine, it is symbolic, and that's a good thing because it's saying to Israel that we are standing by Palestine and we are going to actively work on the international stage to get a lasting peace that keeps both peoples safe.
Should Britain call this a genocide?
So basically, since, over a year now, the ICJ said that it was plausible genocide that was going on in its advisory notice. We still haven't responded to that. I can't see it as anything other than a genocide, but I do understand that that is a legal definition. But we should be dealing with it under international law and our obligations to international law whenever there is a risk of genocide. And there is nothing that I have seen that does not tell me there is a risk of genocide there. So the UK needs to be using every single tool it has. So that means for me, a lot more aggressive programme of sanctions, for example, working with our international partners to hold Israel to account. And yes, recognising the state of Palestine. Everything we can do, we must be doing right now, because otherwise we're at risk under international humanitarian law of not doing enough. So if only for self-interest, we need to be doing more.
I mean, the Palestinian ambassador points out we could be doing a lot more, beyond these sorts of political measures. We could be organising a coalition of the willing, the way we are in Ukraine. We could be talking about sending peacekeeping troops into Gaza to stop the killing and to prevent more deaths, as we have done in other conflicts closer to home. Why are these things not even on the agenda?
I'm afraid you're going to have to ask the Foreign Secretary that. My committee did a report that we published a couple of 6 weeks ago about how the UK should be upholding international humanitarian law, and the government has not responded to that yet. There are many more things we could and should be doing. And I absolutely think, let's try everything. How bad does it have to get? I'd much rather be criticised in a court for trying to do too much than not doing enough. How many horror stories do we have to see? How many British surgeons do we have coming back telling us of the atrocities that they're having to deal with? How many people have to starve? You know, what is going to be the trigger before we try everything to prevent the Israeli politicians trying to wipe out an entire nation?
So Krishna Gurumatu says, should Britain recognise the state of Palestine? I'm going to put my glasses on. What difficulties would that make? Sarah Champion said, if we genuinely believe in a two-state solution, and a way to get there, it cannot be negotiated by the occupied with the occupier. For us saying yes, we do recognise Palestine, it is symbolic and it is a good thing, and she is fucking right and all, it is a good thing. Christian said, should Britain call this genocide? Sarah, I cannot see it as anything other than genocide, and neither can I, Sarah, and neither can most fucking people. And this is what all MPs should be saying. Of course, Herr Starmer's not going to like it. I wouldn't be surprised if Sarah had the whip removed very shortly, but she'll be off to join Jeremy Corbyn's party. I hope. We need people like her in it. We need good, honest, compassionate people in it. Excuse me. Right, look at that weather out there. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm off to enjoy it. Have a super day, everybody. Be kind to each other, and more importantly, have a fucking super weekend. Wakey, wakey.